You hear him calling. You hear him. It's faint. He's calling though.
Do I know who he is?
Say, yeah. He says, Mommy.
It's my baby.
He's calling. Sounds like he might be sick.
Am I dreaming or am I awake?
I don't know.
Slap me. But either way, I want to go to him. Can I do
You want
that?
to get out of bed?
Yeah, I need to go check on him.
It's still very dark. You want to feel your way around?
Do I have like a little bedside lamp?
You want to muck about with a tinderbox?
No, I'll just go. I should know my house well enough to be able to.
I think I would. I did when I was, didn't have easy access to a light. You walk down the hallway into his room in there, and you can see, you share a bed or share a room or a
No.
bed with the other?
No, they have separate rooms.
Separate rooms. Maybe his room's on the left side. There's a rustle up of bed sheets and blankets, but you don't hear him in there.
Is he next door with his sister? I mean, like, can I hear him from?
You can hear him a little bit. Like it's intermittent. Stop, wait a second, then you can hear him.
Okay, and there's no one in his bed, just the sheets.
Yeah.
Then I'll go next door and check his sister's room.
All right. You go into her room, and she's in the bed, and you don't think there's another person in there, but they could be hiding in the covers.
Okay.
It's dark. You see like a vague outline.
I'm gonna go over and quietly check. If there, I think even in the dark I'll know my kids.
You put your hands down on there, and it's cold. Wet.
At this point I'd probably call out to try to get her or them to respond.
She doesn't respond.
Okay, now I'm gonna mess with the tinderbox and light the oil lamp on the side table and see what I can see.
It's kind of hard to do because you've got
Scared
water
away.
all over your hands, and it messes with the tinder. But you can eventually get a little light going, and you light the candle, and the red all over your hands. It's just on everything. It's on the candle. It's on the tinder box. It's on the steel and flint.
Can I see under the covers? I mean, can I see
You had to go back to your room.
myself or the child or under the?
You had to go back to your room to get the candle.
Okay. Well, now that I'm bloody, I'm taking the lantern and running back to my daughter's room to see what the hell.
Yeah, it's just her form. It's not splayed out anywhere else.
Still, I'm gonna pull the covers off and like see her. I
You
need to
pull
see
the
my
covers
daughter.
off, you need to roll your courage.
Okay. How do I have courage? Okay. Okay. Just courage?
Mm-hmm.
9971.
You pull back those covers, and there's this. It's like somebody. There's like a is it a box.
Just on the sheets under the covers? Or like
No,
on her chest?
on her chest.
Okay.
An empty box.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna grab that and look at it, but more likely I'm probably.
It's not a box, it's a hole.
Oh. Point of order. Remember, no violence against children. Is one of the rules. Okay.
Okay, that was a rule. We strike it, we rewind.
Okay.
Erase all of this. I had forgot that. This is what you do when your players put their foot down about stuff. So you hear the sound. The girl is covered in sweat,
Okay.
but she does not answer.
Okay. I feel her skin to see if she's hot, has a fever, or is she
It's
warm
clammy.
or- Is she warm?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll try to wake her up to talk to her. See how she feels.
All right. You got any kind of medicine?
No.
No, she does not wake up.
Okay. This point, I'm probably going to start shouting for help for some of my servants to come to go run and get someone.
You get no answers.
Okay. And I still don't know where my son is. Okay. I'm gonna go in and double check his room just to make sure he's really not there. I'm gonna probably start like
He's really not there. You've got light.
checking the rooms nearby.
There's no damage to children in that room.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sorry, I forgot it.
Are any of the windows open?
No.
Okay. I don't know what to do. If nobody will come help me, I guess I'll run out and try to get help.
Where are you gonna go?
In 1494, I'm gonna go to the strongest, wisest people I know. So I'm gonna run to.
So you go out into your little living area,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can see all your servants. And they're the ones with holes now,
Yes. Okay. That I can deal with.
that you can't quite fathom are holes at first.
Yes. Okay. Well, then I'm running
Yeah,
real
they're
fast.
like right in the middle of their chest, and then you hear
Screaming for
him.
help.
No, you hear him again.
Oh. Then I'm gonna try to follow the sound.
You got a little garden area. You can hear him out there.
Okay.
And you head out there and you're a little bit of candlelight and the moon's super full, and you can see him, and he's being stood next to
Oh.
by this large man, skinny. He's got his hand on the boy's shoulder, and he's got these long, really strange looking vestments, with all this weird stitching and stuff all over them.
Okay.
He's got this like long bushy beard.
Okay. That's not creepy at all. Well, I'm still gonna run toward them and be talking to my son. Tristan, come here. Are you okay?
He just like looks, Tristan just looks up at you like, kind of like vapid.
Okay. Then I asked
And the man staring at you.
Then I'm going to ask the scrubby man, who are you? What are you doing here? What do you want?
Long, long have we dwelled within this place. Unknown, ignorant to the peril and doom that befalls us. You will meet this doom. I had thought that this one would meet the doom, but now I do not know. You will decide that. But you will meet the doom. He starts like holding his hand out towards you. What do you do?
Well, if it will save my son, I'll do whatever.
That's what you say.
Yeah, I'll come willingly if you don't hurt
Before
my
you
son.
can like begin to finish your sentence, his like fist grabs around your throat, and he picks you up into the air, and he throws you.
Be nice to me, Dice.
He rolls 5 dices. Do you want to try to stop him?
I don't know if I have any skills that would even begin to. I mean, I can try to, but I don't have any.
All right, you can roll athletics and
weapons.
strength.
Okay, well, I don't have any athletics. And I have 2 strength. Okay. An 8 and a 5.
Oh, well, you should have just spoke up, Cameron.
Sorry.
You got 1? All right, he's got 3. He takes and he throws you back. I want you to roll your stamina.
Okay. Oh, 3 and 2.
So you're going to take 2 bashing damage. I want you to put 2 slashes through your bruised and your hurt. Yeah, if I messed up, you gotta be
Yeah.
you gotta be blunt and in my face.
Yeah.
You gotta tell me, because he was
I
trying
was
to
trying to cover
he was trying
you
to
too, I
cover
saw
you
coming.
before, but I'm not gonna answer no texts.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
I feel
I
like
meant to be like,
he should have just like spoken up and been like, "Hey, you can't do that." And I've been like, "What I do?
yeah.
I'm wrong."
What are you talking about? I ain't do nothing.
She's all point of order.
She got it. She got it. And do not stop. Like you're like
Yeah,
yes, no,
that is
no.
Excellent.
Protect
like,
yourself.
You
Okay.
stand up for yourself, man.
Yeah, protect.
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
But I tried to protect you too, but I didn't do it right.
That's legit. That's totally legit. And,
Yeah.
and I approve and everything. But I have to say, just because it's kind of funny, I was sitting here thinking, if I have a problem with violence against children in a game, and I'm playing vampire, I'm not going to write my children into the game because that is asking for trouble.
Yeah.
True that.
It's okay though.
But no, it's cool. Though.
Yeah.
It's all cool. I'm just saying.
That helps explain my mistake.
In the
Yes.
future,
Yes.
I will think that out.
There's people you have bonds there to and with are there to cause you pain,
Cause
and
me harm.
sadness
Yeah.
and heartache
Okay.
In one form or another.
and drama.
Don't worry, I'll come up with others.
Oh, I'm sure. Oh, I
Which
believe-
means do not avoid bonds because that's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
That's the
he
wrong-
throws you down on the ground.
Okay.
It hurts.
It hurts a lot.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay.
Probably cracked it.
He just takes the boy on the shoulders and just does like this, and the kid walks over towards where you've got like a wall, and just stands there like facing the wall.
Like at the end of Blair Witch Project.
Yeah. He picks up a rock, and then you can see him like standing towards you, and he's like, "Such is written in the days of old, that by stone we fall." And he bam chucks this rock at you.
No, defend it.
You gonna defend?
Yeah. With what?
It's either dexterity plus your athletics or dexterity plus your brawl
Okay. Same.
to dodge out of the way. as he throws rocks at you.
8 and 3.
Oh, many ones.
Ooh.
Oh no, just one. Those are 10s, not
Those are
ones.
not.
Those are not
Yeah.
ones.
Many ones. Just kidding.
Sorry.
All right, roll your stamina.
Sadite.
I'm poor, like
Ooh, 9 and a 3.
unpleasantly teaching you how the combat system works right
Okay.
now. Also, so you got 1 success, so that's going to take 1 away from his damage, and he's going to do 4 bashing damage with his rock.
So you put 4 more on the marks.
Put 4 more marks.
Okay, I'm crippled.
And then he's going to pick up the exact same rock that he hit you with, and with 2 hands, just like, "Blah!" You can defend if you want, but you're -5 to your die pool,
So that's 0.
which
then.
means
Yeah.
you can roll. And I say you
But-
can roll a chance die. I'm into the chance die. I like it. What do you guys think?
Okay.
Roll a
Always a
chance die.
chance.
It's still against a old school World of Darkness difficulty, though.
Well,
Yeah, you roll a 1.
So you not only.
I'm just
failed,
waiting for this
you
guy to eat
botched.
me.
Yeah, you botched.
You
Okay, so that means when like he hits you in the head with this rock, you can hear your skull break and fracture, and you do not pass out.
Okay.
how much bashing damage is that? Out of curiosity?
She took 3 bashing damage, so that means you're gonna do one of those. And normally, right now, when you take that much bashing damage, you have to roll your stamina to keep from passing out if you were in a fight.
Okay.
But I think it's more advantageous to you in this situation to pass out.
Yes.
So you don't.
Because you botched.
You don't because you botched.
Excellent. Okay.
So you get to be aware of all of this that's happening. And that means the extra damage that you took after you've maxed it out, so you took 3 more. So that was 1. You got 2 more that you need to take. That means you turn those slashes into X's,
Up top.
starting at the top with bruised. Here, I'll use the shadow,
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
right?
So that was some basic bludgeoning
So
damage.
now you have, it's no longer basic bludgeoning damage, now it's lethal damage.
Okay.
And that if that gets all the way down, then it's getting to be
Okay.
dead town.
For you, it's death.
For you,
Okay.
it's super death.
Okay.
And he says over, he's like, "Watch this boy," and the kid just turns around and starts looking.
Don't make my baby watch that.
Okay, is this included?
No. I think it's fair to do in the game. I just, as the mom,
You're-
I'm saying
Is the player requesting that I not do this?
Are you?
no.
Okay,
No.
just checking.
I'm just reacting as a mom.
New players.
Thank you for checking.
New players.
But
Yeah, so he's just like zoned out. Just zoned out, just like a zombie. And you almost have this like pseudo like out of body experience where you imagine yourself watching this scenario from his point of view, and you see this man like arranging, your body on the ground and putting your hands over your chest and stuff, and then like pulling this knife. Looks like it's white, so it looks like it's like sharpened and carved out of bone, and like cuts the throat, and this blood just starts bleeding out into the garden, soaking into the soil. And then you can see him like cutting into his own wrist, and then bleeding all over your face, just like everywhere,
okay, as you do.
like you do. And then the next thing that you remember is this. You're looking up at the sky and you see thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of bats. Bats flying across the moon and across the clouds in the night sky. And one of the bats is huge. Like, it's as if there were a horse with wings flying through the sky. and it's calling you.
Am I even like able to respond? Am I?
Yes, and
Okay.
you can feel in the pit of your stomach this like horrific pain that can, and you can hear this thumping all around you. It starts off as just one thump, but then it's thump after thump after thump after thump after thump after thump. And you find yourself in the street, and there's like a night soilsman that's like scooping with his cart, and like you smell the filth, right? But cutting through the filth, there's this. It's like a broth, like a thick broth that's boiling so hard that it's in the air. And this broth, like your stomach starts to turn inside your body as you smell this. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna go home and have tea. No, I would imagine.
You could try. You could try to do whatever you would like at this point. However, there will be roles involved.
Yes. I probably, even without thinking, I'm gonna go toward that smell. My gut is gonna follow.
Oh, it's good.
That.
It's a good smell. Yeah.
Do I just like instinctually know what to do, or
What?
am I gonna bite the guy? Am I,
What?
what?
Yeah. You want it?
Sure.
Yes.
Feels right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I bite the guy.
You're gonna roll your strength and your brawl.
Dude, I've got to do better at picking dots next time.
All your damage is gone, so that no longer applies.
Okay. 9 and 2.
He's completely surprised. You know, he starts like kind of like bowing at first, you know,
like a lady
and
at the
then
villa.
he's like, "What, ma'am? Why are you here? Are you all right? What?" And then like you like push him down into the filth and grab onto him, and the broth comes. It comes, and you didn't. It's you know when you don't know how cold you are until you get warm. You don't know how cold you are until you get warm. And when the warmth comes, it's all that matters. It's all that matters. You can roll self-control.
Here, okay. Uh, 1, 3, 5.
The warmth comes, and the smell of the broth is gone. The man lies amidst the shovel and the dropped refuse. He's cold now, too. What would you like to do?
Yeah, I'm pretty much just moving instinctually right now, so what do I
Not
feel
really.
like doing? Okay.
You got warm now.
Am I covered in blood?
No.
Okay.
No. I don't imagine that's how you roll.
Well, no, but I mean like from before, when I was in the garden and it was blood, or I'm clean, so I don't have to like go home and clean up. I won't scare scare random people if they see me walking.
I mean, you feel your face and you don't have any blood on your face.
Okay. Kind of like before, I'm going to try to figure out what's going on. So I'm going to go to the wisest people I know, which would be her. I can't remember.
You're gonna
her name
make
right
your
now.
way to the keep.
Yes.
That is Lady Emmeline Rice. As you're making your way through the keep, you're accompanied by this ongoing swirling and twirling mass of bats that are, as you near it, circling the keep. And the greatest among them is clinging to the wall outside. And it is indeed larger than a horse. And it's got its hooked claws up on the sides of the wall, and it has this, it almost looks like this long pelt of black and gray fur hanging off of its back. It turns its eyes over to you and twitches its bat ears at you and makes a couple of chirping sounds with these huge fangs.
What are the other bats doing? Are they like,
They're swarming all
Swarming.
over the place.
is it like
in the
they're
air.
trying to stop me from moving?
No,
they're
it's like you're
just
going
around?
and then they're like you look up and they're going the same way you are.
Okay. So it's not like they're trying to tell me to stop or something. Okay. I keep going, I guess. That's weird. But probably one more thing I want to ask Lady Rice about.
Who wants to be next to the window?
It was me last time, so somebody else.
It's got to be somebody else.
I'll do it.
You can see this. You've seen the bats coming for a good half hour, and then you see this like claw come up on the edge of the wall near where you're at, and then another.
Do I recognize anything about it, or is this something new? A little bit. Well, that's strange.
Second
continue.
claw comes up,
Yeah.
and then you see like these twitching bat ears, and then the bat ears come down, and then the arms pull up and you see the head of a man and the face of a lord who rises up over the edge, twisting his arms back into human hands, folding his wings into themselves to make arms, and pulling his wolf cloak into the room. He wipes something from the side of his face.
I bow. Rostakovich, nice to see you again.
Very well.
Was that Hobson or did somebody fart?
What? Hobson's been gassy.
It's probably the dog.
Does it smell like?
Gather your entourage.
May I ask why?
We have business to attend to.
All right. You know we have a front door, right?
All doors are valid.
This is a different kind of meeting.
I see. Where would you like us to meet?
Wherever you will. This is, for a time, your lordship.
Okay. Would you like to be seen to a room? Or would you like to meet with everybody first?
I insist that we meet with the utmost of rapidity.
All
kind of like finally straightens himself up finally from this like hunched position.
I ring the little bell. We show Lord Rostovich to his room.
Who is the first person who receives the guard saying that there's some distressed woman at the gate?
I'll go.
You. Okay, so what are you going to do about the distressed woman at the gate?
Well, I see him for myself.
Well, there she is.
Hey.
You met her in the last game, right?
Uh-huh.
It's like,
Yeah,
what's your
that's
character's name?
Elizabeth.
You know, who says you even know?
Elizabeth. Yeah.
I think it came up.
Oh,
Do you care to know?
The noble with the broken bridge. How's it going?
Not well.
Oh. Well, come in. Take you to go see Emmy.
Please, I follow him.
Yeah. Lady Emmy, we have a guest.
Oh, 2 in one night. We're so popular.
2?
I'll talk to you about that in a moment. Elizabeth, nice to see you again. What can I do for you?
Milady, forgive the intrusion, but something terrible has happened. My household is gone, and my son is gone, and something happened.
What do you mean gone?
My household are dead, with pieces of them missing, and I don't know actually where my son is, but there was a man in my garden, and then I was hurt, and then I was awake. But something is very, very wrong.
I was probably starting to get flashbacks.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh no.
I know how this
I
goes.
remember how this was. Yes, well, I know that this is important to you. I'm going to give you a room here, so I need you to rest. I lean over to Thomas and I'm like, get the good stuff.
Get the good stuff.
And
Right away.
And show Elizabeth to her. I ring the other bell for another servant to show Elizabeth.
And you got servants waking up in
Yeah,
droves at this point.
yeah, that's fine. And I'm like, you go get Pax. You get Jacob. Thomas, take her to the room and meet me in the library.
The upper library.
The upper library, not
The upper
Not the secret library.
library.
not the secret library. No, the original library.
Yes.
Yeah, Rostokovich ain't going down there.
Okay.
Thank you, milady.
So then I guess I go and wait in the original library for everybody to show up.
Okay. Your servants would have gotten Rustakovich in there in the first place, I assume.
Yeah,
So he's just like standing
He's just
around,
standing.
like
browsing,
looking
at stuff.
thumbing at the books and looking at them.
Okay. Everyone should be here in just a moment, Lord. We've had another guest at the house. Had to take care of some business.
You have many guests then.
Yes, we've been quite overrun with business needed for the city. I do as well, though. You should be here soon.
And one by one, people arrive. Do you want to sneak up and follow them and look around in the corner?
Sure.
Upon entering the room, bow to Rostokovich. My lord. I would ask what brings you here, but I expect we'll find out soon enough.
You should all know that henceforth all the lands of those belonging. These drums get me every time. I like them too much. It's a bad thing. They totally just throw my mind off. All those lands belonging to House Vikos are now forfeit. And hence these lands here directly become into my belonging.
As it should be.
As it should be.
You wish Lady Emmeline to remain steward over these lands?
I do. She shall remain lord over these lands and will execute my will. Vikos and his family have been named outcast and anarch.
I wish it had not come to this.
This brings me to my second bit of business. I have known that in the past you were friends with him.
Yes.
That's true. He was a staunch ally when we needed one.
Do you think it within your power to speak with him again?
I believe we could.
It should not be difficult.
He is known as outcast and enemy to the Voivode. But I would have you continue to foster a relationship with him.
To what end?
I do not yet know.
Okay.
Cannot dismiss the utility of such a contact within the Anarch movement.
Oh, well, no. I think it would be foolish of us.
The
to
Anarch
come
movement
outside.
is no longer. What is to be created from it is what interests me.
Okay.
To my third bit of business, long have you and your company rebuked my rightful rule, while you have amended that as of late. There are many centuries for which you are due me penance. And I would ask you now what you would do to right that disparage between us.
How did we disobey him?
I want you to roll your politics and your intelligence.
This is going to be a bad one.
I think you'll be all right, but let's just find out and make sure.
10, 6, 1.
10, 6, 1.
10,
10.
10, 7.
Jesus Christ, dude.
And that was only on intelligence. I don't have politics.
Go enemy.
I've been here long enough.
You guys bucked the blood bond
Oh,
with him for a long
that's
time.
right, that's right.
Furthermore, like in addition to that, he is absolutely in a superior position by not collecting on this fact and perpetually holding it over your head. So the fact that he's asking you to like telling you to settle up now and volunteering to you that you choose the terms about how you're going to do this, there's a little bit of testing there of like, oh, you better come up with something that's good enough. But at the same time, it would be very easy for him to just hold it over your head for centuries and just wait until he wants you to do something just completely foul and then order you to do it and tell him that you owe him 10,000 boons and you're screwed and you have to do it.
Got it.
So it's a little bit little bit off brand
Okay.
that he's doing this right now. It's a little bit like, what? You want to just settle up?
Okay. Maybe have some time to think about. How we would be able to repay you.
Does this require your meditation?
Oh, absolutely. I wish to give you what you would like.
I imagine there is a boon you would seek of us. Mm-hmm. Yes.
There are boons that I could seek.
Yeah, but to ask.
I shall still wish to see what your meditations can entertain. But I would have you now swear an oath that you will never speak to another of your conversations with Vikos. That you report only to me.
For myself, I can swear such.
I as well.
That can be easily arranged.
Easily arranged, or do you swear?
I swear.
And you, foeman?
I have a question for you. I swear that, sure. But I find concerns. I know I was not bonded to you for all those years, all those centuries. 2, 3. I know it's not but a drop in the time of your life on this earth. But I spent 2 centuries fighting Tremere for you.
Yes, you did.
I spent 2 centuries bringing the riches of the West and the North to these lands, and bringing the riches of these lands to the rest of the world.
Yes, you did.
So when you say I owe you, I say I've been doing the utmost myself without having your blood running in my veins.
And your drive and your vision are what keep you alive, Tremere. That does not change that you owe me still. Not only in my eyes, but in the eyes of all. Strong will be the chains that bind you to me. But this drive and this vision is the mark of a beloved servant. Should it continue, I do not see how you could do such a thing. I see you as one trapped between foes, crushed between stones, having no choice.
I chose to come here, and I chose to build that for you.
Was that truly a choice?
I don't think that it is. I think your hatred burns so thick, so fiery, so deep.
That you could do no other thing.
And my drive For I held on to my city when you took it from my friends.
Yes. Yes, you did. Long as this game that we play against our foes, Tremere, Ottoman, Camarilla, and many will be the weapons that we field. My most favorite exploit of yours is the tales that I heard when you were young in these lands. And there were great lupins that you slew with hand and torch, and bodies of men broken. This is when I began to know that you would be valuable servants. This is why you have been allowed to make this mistake, and why you are allowed to rectify this mistake.
I know of one thing we can offer you. Eyes and ears inside the Camarilla. You do recall,
Where are these eyes and ears?
you do recall there is one of our company you cast aside in exile.
Yes.
I think that Leifar will still value our friendship. We have this trust.
Do you swear this thing?
I swear that if it is within my power,
Then he is banished no longer. You may report to him that he is remittent. It was a trifling display of politics anyways.
no, I do not think you should lift his banishment. For to the eyes of Camarilla, such a thing would surely maintain the appearance that he has no alliance with the Voivode.
Then you will tell him that his
Well, at least
banishment
not end it publicly.
is ended amongst us alone. That he will still need to act with stealth when entering these lands, but he should receive no greater punishment from your body nor from myself. That he is unsafe among the other voivodes.
Luckily, Leifar has ways of moving with stealth.
And should he be captured by them, I can order them to turn him over to me with ease.
As well.
Do you require further meditation? What about this one?
What about her?
Who?
She's hiding
He's
in the-
pointing over at
She's
the.
hiding in the corner over there.
He's just like, he's doing this.
Yeah.
I look around the corner. What's this?
Apparently a new one of us.
Elizabeth, come on.
If you catch my
You've
drift.
been seen. Come forth.
Sorry, forgive me, Lord and Lady. I'm so
I am your lord.
Forgive me, my Lord. I just don't know what's going on. very confused.
She is yours. Will you be taking her with you?
She is not mine.
Then how did this come about?
What indeed? A snooping servant?
She's not a snooping servant.
No?
No, she's been recently turned.
Oh. Where is your sire, girl?
I don't know what's going on.
Well, why don't you tell us what happened? Without no detail.
I woke up. I could hear my son calling for me. I went to his room. There was no one there. I went to my daughter's room. She was ill. I ran to look for my son and get help, and all of my household was laying in my courtyard with pieces of them missing. Like square, sort of, were cut out of their flesh. Then there was a man, a scraggly man who had my son in the garden. And he...
Look at me! Look here! And you can like see the whole instance like snapping through your mind. One of your monks has lost his mind. Taken some heavenly vision. I believe that you have a hunt on your hands.
Yes, we do.
None of this is for you. Here! None of this is for you. You hear speech of goats, tanning, and trade. Yes?
Yes, Lord.
You remember a really long conversation about goats, tanning, and trade? And then this and what happened to you and
When our business is concluded, perhaps we should go investigate our house. Perhaps a servant to escort her down.
Yeah. She should probably stay here.
did you leave the doors open?
Well, if she ran here not knowing where she was at, I'm pretty sure things are going to be open. And I've been watching your bats for some time, so they probably already know what's going on.
They will discover the truth. Well, you are fortunate. This madman who has assailed you has gifted you.
Gifted.
Yes.
Forgive me, but I don't see how, my lord.
You'll come to see.
We will show you the way.
You're among the Cainite now. Cain's blood flows through you. And the great eldest's blood flows through you. For this, you are blessed. For your blood runs deeper, stronger, and darker than any other.
Thank you.
Wear it well. Time will tell if this mad monk has chosen wisely or poorly. There have been many poor choices in the past years. This little bat comes, lands onto the fur in his cloak, and he just looks over at it. The servants are dead. And the children lie in their beds. They were too sweaty to drink, yes. 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 He must have used a knife. Did something with their hearts. Her memories speak of grandeur, biblical prophecy. This monk must have lost his last shred of humanity on his attempt to wrest himself away from man and towards God and become lost. The Ubertus should do and take greater care to watch after these becoming madmen. You should punish them.
You are right, I should.
I will fly with the bats. And upon the morning time, if you have not completed your meditation upon what you will do to repay your debt to me, then I will sleep through the day, and you will decide on the eve of the morrow.
Yes, my lord.
He then just starts making these kind of stomping steps out of there,
How you do?
looking at you, like cocking his head to the side, and the bat's looking at you too. He stops looking at you, the bat doesn't. Crawls around on his back and keeps looking at you.
We have a mess to clean up.
The children are there alone.
Yes, and we need to move them somewhere, and we are going to have to change their memories per se.
Well, as soon as Rostakowicz leaves,
I was going to say, how far away are
Probably not that.
you? You get summoned.
no,
Nope.
you don't even get that far. When a massive black raven comes flying in through the window, lands on the floor and melts into the massive form of Lothar the Viking. I thought he would never shut up.
I imagine you are not opposed to acting as our spy within the ranks of the Camarilla.
While I am loath to help that one with anything, if it will help out my friends, I will do it.
It will help out your friends, and it will also help out our other friends, I am sure.
I heard your conversation. My little friend let me borrow his eyes, and this little sparrow flies down from the ceiling and lands on my finger. Everything smells no pounds. I look forward to the day when he is brought low. Nonetheless, as I've said,
1998.
Gotta be waiting.
Spoilers.
900 years from now.
I am not so sure that his way is better than the Camarilla. No, I take that back. In many ways, the Camarilla way is better, though it is not perfect.
It's really funny to hear you say that.
Oh, and why would that be?
If you want to redo your desires, you can.
You've come a long way since I met you. That's why.
No, but don't get me wrong. Following princes and the constant need for order, I could do without those, but some of the rules are most sensible. And I agree with much of their philosophy.
Looking around the room, are there any bats in the room right now?
Well,
Or
I waited
outside.
for all any sign of restitution, so I assume.
I don't trust that.
Roll animal kin and perception.
Those are. Oh, it is. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that's good.
That's a thing.
Yeah. Can I have a Auspex die?
Let's see why not.
Well, I'll take 2.
Yeah, there ain't no bats in there.
8-7. All right.
Yeah, there ain't no bats in there.
I don't disagree. Actually, we're quite eye to eye on that.
And I must say, as we've seen them take control, there's a distinct lack of the anarchy and chaos that was there before. I find that reassuring. I don't know what Rostakowicz and his kind have planned, but I don't look forward to finding out.
Well, isn't the result of the treaty that they are enemies of all canine kind? As far as they're concerned.
Ooh.
The Void Vode against the Camarilla.
The Voivode signed no treaty,
Indeed.
but the Camarilla consider all kindred to be under their control, or under their purview.
Mm.
And everybody hold into their rules, whether or not they swear allegiance to the Camarilla or not. This I find right odious, of course. However, so far it seems to have worked.
So far, that is the problem with the philosophy of the Camarilla, is that it rests upon a fiction that teeters on the edge of a knife and is easily broken. And indeed will be many countless times throughout the coming years, I expect. It is a fiction, it is not the truth, and thus it will always fall. The truth will always, as they say, out. The way of the anarchs is no better. Living in the open is the best solution.
Say again?
Living in the open is the best solution. The way it was in Constantinople. The dream may have been shattered by those who were enemies of it. That does not mean it is not the best way.
He says that even with the burns he sustained in our time in
I do not
Constantinople.
know if I agree with that.
Pain didn't teach you anything, did it?
I know that is your vision, guys. However, I've seen the great cities of the West, and they grow at an alarming rate, swelling with mortals. And if these mortals chose to do so, they could wipe out all.
Yes, thus you see the danger in living in secret and wielding supposed power over them. Should such a fiction be uncovered, it would result in much destruction of Canaan.
Yes, but how would that be less destructive than
You do not have to fear the truth being uncovered if it is already uncovered.
There are always those who do not like the truth, whether covered or uncovered.
Of course. This discussion is all academic regardless. We have more pressing matters to attend to. For instance, your children.
Yes, your children.
What to do with them?
You
They obviously need to be given to a different family.
need to understand something. Your life is ended. Now, you're here in the time which your life might have continued, but it is over. You will stop changing. You have stopped changing, at least in body. There is no death for you unless it is forced upon you. And your children, you will see them die. There is no alternative. Not now, but you can, unless you decide to die first, you can only live to see them die.
Understand that among our kind, we are but young still. I was born in 1173.
How are such things possible?
Some call it a curse. Some call it a gift.
A blessing, as he said.
It is the blood of Cain.
The second breath, the embrace a new life. I personally consider it a blessing.
Now it's going to be difficult, but I'm telling you for your own good that you must let your children go. Put them in the right place, but they're a danger to you.
You're indeed blessed that you are able to have a choice, to have agency, a word in what happens to them. Many among our kind do not.
I have a sister. I could send them. She's trustworthy. Her husband is a good man.
Here?
No,
B Streets. They're in B Streets.
B Streets.
From Budapest.
Budapest.
It's like a different fucking country.
Yeah, there we go.
They're someplace peaceful and safe.
It's not a peaceful, safe place at all.
The world is killing
we're all
each other.
depressed.
Stop ruining
Yeah.
everything.
We're all depressed.
Ruining things.
Just want to get all those things out.
And in this respect, at least, the slaughter of your servants is regrettable and tragic, but it is useful. It'll be easy enough to cover up the fact that you yet live.
Will I be able to see them and say goodbye?
Do you think that would make this more or less difficult for them?
Or for you. If you hold on to them, they're your neck sticking out to be chopped off. Do not do it. You want to, I know you do. I'm warning you.
Her humanity is still very much alive. It will be very difficult for her to break that bond. I've never been a mother. I don't remember my own, so I do not know, but I do know that my father, if this had happened to him, he probably would have not told me about it.
Whatever will be best for my children.
You're their mother. What do you think is best for them?
We can only give advice.
My children died before I took the second breath.
As did mine.
And like Emmy, I never had any.
I guess for their safety and to help them make a clean break from here, we can let them believe that I died with the servants.
We'll arrange it.
This can be done.
Thank you.
Justice must be done on the killer, however.
Oh, absolutely. We will find him. He will be punished.
The killings that happened this evening,
Yes.
and the trail is recent.
Very much so.
Where is your home? I will go and begin to track.
I'll show you.
It's the villa in the center of this clearing.
I'll show you. Raven and Eurasian eagle fly off into the night.
Took some more footing, I see.
Oh, that was a while ago. I just never use it.
All right, you guys go flying off to the house.
Yep.
I set Elizabeth up in a room and I hand her the book.
Okay, you can hand her the book.
Please read.
The Arceus
These
fragments.
are,
Handbook for the newly dead.
Yeah.
yes,
Where
very
is
much
it?
so.
Yeah. Okay.
You got it?
Yeah, I got it. The
Where's it
green
at?
Binder. It's in the.
The great green binder.
Yeah, you can just have it until we play again.
Oh, yeah.
You can read it all. It's gonna be great.
It's a
Did
cool
we
book.
even finish the whole thing? I don't know if we
Yeah, we
finished
did.
the whole thing.
Yeah, we finished it.
We'll need your clothes too. For the corpse.
Yes, we will have to switch clothes. I have plenty of clothes.
Okay. Whatever you think, my lady.
I sure, huh? I take her to her room and I bring her some different dresses or clothing that dresses because it's $14.94.
That's what you get. Yeah.
That's what you get.
Well, there's skirts and tunics.
Well, yeah, but no, I'm just.
But
saying
you're
there's
fancy.
No pants.
But you're fancy,
Yeah, but
so
we're
there's
fancy,
so there's
dresses.
Right.
Yeah. I give you the new clothing, and I take her old clothing.
You should go down there and you should
Yes, I know. I've already thought of it.
make the replacements.
Yes.
Bam. It's
Thank
just in
you.
that binder because it was convenient.
Okay.
Yeah, so that one.
You stay here and read. We will fix this, and I will come back after everything is done.
Thank you, my lady.
I go with I find Jakub and I'm like, stat, making a body. I'll be back. I got the dress.
All right.
I go over to the house.
Mm-hmm.
First, I want to look at.
Takes you a little while to get there.
Well, yeah, I'm sure they're
they'll
already
get there first.
That's fine.
You guys can do some stuff before she gets there, or you can wait.
I accompany her to the house with a few.
I just
men.
want to medically look at the hole and all that kind of stuff, see if I can figure out. And use one of the bodies.
Yeah.
Will they get an opportunity to do something first or not? Okay, they're waiting.
No, I imagine we'll want to start trying to track down the dude what did this. Yeah, Leifar's the wilderness guy, but he's looking at cheats right now.
Before we do the wilderness thing,
Okay, so you're doing nothing.
I'm going to talk to the. You know what? I'm going to look on the other side of the veil.
that's what I was going to do.
And with 2 in necromancy, that means I can talk to people.
Oh,
I
okay.
was going to do too.
So you can both hang out.
Yeah, we have a nice conversation. Let's
There's
discuss-
like 3 forms in the room, and they have this like black square in their chest that just has this like cube, this like perfect black cube come out from it and then go back into their chest. Oh, wait. Boom, boom, like this.
Like a beating heart.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's weird.
And they're just kind of wandering about.
I stopped one. Who was the one that did this to you? What did he look like?
He looked like a monk. You look like a barbarian.
Oh, I am. Where did he go?
He went away.
You did not see the direction he went.
Maybe I did.
Anything you might tell us would be helpful. And whereas
You speak too.
Yes. Whereas I regret that we could not save you. Perhaps we can extract some justice on your behalf. If you will tell us everything you can remember.
Did you see him? I did. He spoke of justice. Yes, he did. We would have justice.
I would have it for you. What can you tell us?
He wore the vestments of the monks.
The Obertus, yes.
Mm-hmm.
The madness took him.
Was he mad?
Quite.
They all just kind of shrug their shoulders. One of them starts like he looks kind of anxious. He said, "Maybe we should," and the other one calms him down, like, you know, puts a hand out at him. He took the old hearts with him into the street. He put them in a basket.
Why would he do that? You can see it has scarred you.
They all look at each other.
This could be hurtful.
Did you replace them with something? What is that?
These are our hearts now.
And how are they different?
They all like pipe up in unison. They're perfect.
I'm not sure what that means.
The anxious one speaks up. There should be 6. There will be 6.
6. The 3 of you and 3 more. Did you seek after the children?
He bewitched the children.
Do you know where the other 3 are?
They have not arrived yet.
Well, haven't arrived yet.
He has the hots. That should be enough to trap him. I turn into a wolf. And I'm sniffing around the body, trying to get a scent for the blood.
Haha. Send out a summons. On Master Babbage.
All right.
Should I roll it? I don't think.
No, you don't got to roll
I
it.
think at this point I don't have to roll.
No,
this
you
up.
don't. You don't got to roll it.
He's also your He's bonded to you. It
That's
just
true.
works. You know?
That's true.
Not that he would resist.
Our vengeance demands
Yes.
3 of his.
Three of his fellows.
Him and 2 others.
I will relay the message.
They will have their old hearts taken.
They must be made an example of, mustn't they?
They all start nodding. Yes.
I can only assume that you'll know when this has happened, or do I need to come tell you?
The anxious one speaks up. And then the third one, who hasn't spoken yet, he stands forward. We will follow.
Drop my spooky sight. Bradovich is on his way.
You can
If anyone can find a scent, it will be his house.
you can see
Do a dog shake.
Tristan's in the doorway.
Oh, Tristan and I are buds.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah.
Master Pax.
I like rush over to like shield him from the side of the bodies.
What are you doing here?
Come with me, Tristan. Something tragic has befallen your household.
Huh? And he's like looking around.
Tell me, where's your sister?
She's in her bed.
Let's go retrieve her. Grab a few things.
Okay. And he goes running off. You can hear him like waking her up. Wake up! Wake up! Sir Pax is here! Sir Pax is here! You have to see! There's a big dog!
There's a big Viking wolf. Oh wait.
And he kind of like tugs her along and she's like rubbing her eyes and stuff. Like,
How old is she?
6.
I like bundle her up.
And
in a
she's like-
blanket and hold her in my arm like
she's
this.
like, big doggy.
He's very friendly.
She's
Lean
doing
over so
like
she
this
pet
with
him.
her hand at you.
Put my head down so she can pet.
She pets the big dog.
Yeah, and at that point, bundle her up in a blanket and start hoofing it up towards the keep.
Okay.
He's like, Sir Pax, wait! I have to get my things!
Yes, of course.
And he's like running around the house and like stepping over the corpses like they're not
Like he's
even
been bewitched.
there. Collecting up candles and getting all kinds of pieces of bread and cheese and getting stuff. He thinks he's going on an adventure. He's right.
Yeah.
What do we roll to catch sound? Assuming perception plus survival.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah. I mean, wolf points, the difficulty is reduced by 2.
Yes, agreed.
That what?
Got a tetanus, a D-tap vaccination because it's been 10 years since I had my last one.
Little sore, huh? So I'm keeping a careful eye out for these guys coming down the road, and as soon as I spot hide nor hair of them, I'm like make shooing off the road motions so they don't see her.
She's not coming with us.
No,
I
I'm-
go in her way.
I'm up in my cell
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
reading the book
Oh my.
and probably passed out from shock and exhaustion.
Oh my, what is that about?
Trauma.
That is 8, 6, 6, 9, 10, 10. 6.
Yeah, that means you got his trail, no problem. When you want to bring everybody with you, or you just want to go over there gangbusters and go get him?
I'll just go, since he's gonna go find everybody.
So he goes off running,
Make note of the direction.
and then you can probably hear off in the distance.
Knock him out, John. Won't be long.
And then, not long after that, you got
Yeah. So as I like exit the courtyard, I imagine is in front of the house or whatever. I don't imagine with 5 strength I have any trouble having young Tristan riding on my shoulders and carrying young, what's her name? I don't know.
Veronica.
Yeah. And walk up to Houndmaster Bradovich, this, trundling along.
What villainy is afoot this evening, Master?
There's been a tragedy in the household back there. The servants have been robbed of their hearts. You'll find that.
Good meat.
You'll find that Leifar is already tracking this end.
Who did this? Turks?
No. It would seem one of the Obertus has gone mad.
Is he a villain now?
Seems likely.
Master. He starts reaching out with his hands and he grabs whatever clothing you've got which could include little girl's blanket.
Yeah.
And she's even with her blanket being pulled on by this guy, she's just
Yeah.
it's a little weird.
Yeah.
He's like, Master, please, Master. Please, if he is a villain, he must be punished.
And you will be.
Yes, Master.
But it must be caught first.
Yes, we will catch him. Leifar is skilled in stride and in flight, and we'll find him. But then what, Master? Then what?
It is up to Amy to determine this fate.
Oh, no, Master, no.
What?
No, you are wise, you are knowledgeable, and you have told me that your serpent's blood will not be mine, but I have been your faithful servant for many, many, many years, many moons. Master, let his blood be mine. Let his blood be mine! It is our birthright. Please, Master. Please, I have served you faithfully. Please! And he started to get down on his knees and grovel. Please.
Ultimately, the final say belong to Amy as she covers his.
He starts ripping at his tunic and stuff.
Renting his
Yes, Master! Yes! As you wish it!
I will recommend that you be allowed this.
Yes, Master. I bow to your will.
Truly, you have been a
Master.
faithful
And
servant.
I will go to my faithful Creator, and Christ will take me into his bloody, tortured heart, should you deem it. I am an old man, Master. I am an old man. And my years are not long in this world. I feel it in my heart. And that these men had their hearts taken from them. It is a sign! A sign, Master! A sign!
If God wills it so, it will be so. Go now.
We will go.
Go catch them.
Where are the hearts?
They've been taken. Follow the scent.
Scent. Where is the scent?
Point to the house. You will find them.
Go, you filthy beasts!
Whoa! The dogs start rocking off.
Big old derpy dogs. I imagine them just being massive derpy dogs.
Yeah,
all
they're
thick matted coats. Big flappy paws.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
just-
like big black wolfhound
Yeah.
type dogs. Yeah, and a couple of little super scrawny, like skinny, nasty looking things.
Oh yeah, gotta have variety.
Don't like that one.
Keep on heading back up to the castle.
Okay.
Meanwhile, in stark contrast to the pack of raving hounds, the wolf glides silently from shadow to shadow, tracking the scent of the moon. Somehow managing to maintain speed while also maintaining stealth.
Contrasted with the baying pack of hounds.
They're pretty far back, but yeah, you find him and you can actually see him not too far ahead. There's a hillock ahead that's largely veined with stone, and you can see him near the top of it, and he's on his knees praying to some mound of stones.
Move a little closer just so I can hear what he's saying.
He's praying some prayer in, Aramaic or something crazy. Then in Greek.
What does he say in Greek? I speak Greek.
God is my Savior and my salvation, and long has my spirit dwelt in darkness without him. And they're not stones, they're hearts. He's piled up all the hearts.
How many is it? Just the three?
No, he killed how many servants do you have? 5, 6?
I think 6.
6? Yes, it's 6.
Okay. Well, I can hear the pack coming through the trees.
Oh, they're coming.
I assume everyone else is coming with them, so we're just waiting.
That turns out to just be Houndmaster Bradovich and his dogs. By then, the monk sees you guys and he stops praying and he just looks over at you guys.
I look over at the Houndmaster and sort of give him a nod.
He stands up real straight. It's our turn.
Silence now. Motion up the hill.
He pulls out this big, butchering knife. He hisses at the dogs, and the dogs are start growling at him and backing up. And then he starts striding up to this guy, and this monk stands up and he holds his arms out to his sides like this. And Bradovich starts walking in that direction, and he looks really weird because normally Bradovich has this kind of huddled, lurking, kind of physique, and this guy's standing just ramrod straight. He goes up to the guy and takes this butcher knife and just plunges into the guy's chest. The guy falls down, and you can see Bradovich just cutting into his chest. You just keep watching. He cuts a square into his chest. And then he just stands up, kind of drunk looking, and hunches over and takes the knife and cuts his wrists and lays down and just plops his face on top of this empty hunk of rib cage that he's removed, and starts like, as his blood is dripping out of his wrist, using this butcher knife to just like wedge this man's heart out of his chest. And the guy's just, he's not fighting him, but he's just crying and screaming and cavorting about and writhing around. And then there's like a good 15 minutes of just like Houndmaster Bradovich just like huddled over him, and the two of them just like lurching. And then everything goes quiet.
Well, okay.
Yes.
Child, seeing that you were not taken by the beast, you must have fed.
I think so. When I was in the street, I felt a great need, and there was a man, and then I felt better.
Is he alive? Was he?
I don't think so. He was cold when I left.
Yes, that's pretty common. Where was he?
On the street, near my home, on the way here. He was the man who cleans the refuse and...
Is he a gong farmer? I only know what that is because of DCC, by the way. It made me find out.
Well, you've learned a lesson then, have you?
Honestly, I'm not quite sure more.
Have you ever killed a man before?
No, sir.
Well, now you have.
Oh.
Now you get to make the conscience roll.
Magic sheet, roll some
What do I
dice.
do?
You gotta roll your conscience
Okay.
because you murdered a man.
Yeah. Looks like 3.
Yeah, okay.
That's convenient.
865.
Yeah, you feel terrible.
Oh no.
Because if you fail the roll, that basically means you're like, oh, it's fine, I killed a guy, and you lose humanity.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want to feel. Horrible.
You want to feel
You
terrible.
want to feel horrible.
Well, unless maybe
Well-
you,
Unless you want to lose.
we'll talk about that later.
Unless you're purposefully trying to lose humanity.
Not that we have any experience with that.
And if you aren't careful, wouldn't be the first. To be honest, it's somewhat difficult not to, though not for the reason you just did.
So I will do this again?
You must. Every day, you die. When the sun comes up, you will die. You will be a corpse by anyone else's standards. And in the morning, that pain you feel right there, it will get stronger. Every time the sun sets and you open your eyes, it will get stronger. And you must give it what it wants. But you must not, and may not, give it everything at once. Killing is not necessary. But, generally, your first feeding is uncontrolled.
Indeed.
You are left without succor. when this happens to you. So, how do you feel?
Overall, okay. Physically, I still don't fully understand what's happening, and I just lost my children, so
I haven't lost them yet, but yes, you should let them go.
yes.
I mean, I would be surprised if you felt okay, but such is the change.
How long will I feel this way?
Which way?
Any of these ways?
You may start to feel better than you ever did in life. But the hunger will never go away.
So in the morning, or evening, what do I do?
I would suggest not being anywhere the sun will be, but that is the design of these castles. The sun will kill you.
Okay.
And as I said, you die. You lose yourself to death until the sun goes down again. So you should be somewhere safe. Now you will be, as long as you're with us, but remember that.
Okay.
Should you not be in the future. The Prince Timmy, has servants can be fed from. When you're in someone's princedom, you must have their approval to do so,
Okay.
because they are the lord of all here. I don't. Still learning. It's not the same everywhere, but it's like that around here.
Okay. Are there many other places like this?
All of the castles in Transylvania.
So many.
You know the Voidvode. Each has Voidvode, and they are us. Canite is they call it.
Okay.
You know the story of Cain and Abel?
Yes.
You will learn the truth.
In the
that
book that I was given, yes. There's much to
So,
learn.
the truth is subjective. You'll learn our truth. The truth many believe, but many of our kind are wrought with lies, and maybe this truth is wrought with lies as well.
Okay. So read the book and believe it, but know it may be lies.
Understand that many of our kind do believe it.
Okay.
But maybe there is another truth. Books can only tell us what the author wants us to know. You should have learned that in life.
Indeed.
So, Hound Master Bradovich, after a little bit, starts like lurching his way up to his feet, and before he gets off of his, hands and knees, you can hear him call out your name, Leifar, Master Leifar.
I turn back into human form and walk up the hill. Yes. What would you Can't you explain what exactly this ritual you went through is all about?
He looks down at himself and then at the corpse. There were square men. Did you see them?
No, I saw him.
There were square men. I must submit myself to Master Pax for punishment. I have disobeyed him and I must be punished.
He told you not to kill her, Is that what you're saying?
He told me to capture him, but when I first saw him, he was kneeling at prayer. When I next saw him, his heart's blood flowed upon me, and I was weak, Lord.
Sounds like some sort of blood magic. Outside of my area of expertise, I'm afraid.
Please take me into custody.
Start walking back towards
The dogs have decided that they like him again, and are coming up like licking at him and biting at him, and he's like smacking them, which is their favorite thing in the world.
They like the rough play.
They like roughing around, yeah.
So does Hobson.
Yeah.
Most dogs do.
And he starts walking back. Like if you don't, he like wraps one of the leashes around his wrists, ties it with his teeth.
Handcuff himself.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not talking about
yeah, he ties himself up. What do you do with these kids?
Well, we've obviously got somebody making arrangements to get them trundle off to her sister. So
Where are they?
where are they? Oh, they were walking with me up to the castle. Like, I'm carrying them up there.
Mm-hmm.
It's the middle of the friggin' night. I imagine that Lady Emmy has handmaidens.
Mm-hmm.
Hand them off.
Okay.
Yeah. And I like,
They're like super placid about the whole thing. They're like, oh, okay.
yeah. And like conveying with as much calm and empathy as possible to them, even though they appear to be under some sort of ensorcelment, that that something terrible happened to your mother. She can't take care of you anymore. But you're going to go live with your aunt in Budapest now.
The little, like Tristan's like, yes, of course. I am the man of the house now.
Yes.
I will be brave and take care of my sister.
Yes, you'll take good care of your sister.
And he's
And
just
your
like,
aunt.
both of them are just sort of like, okay.
Yeah. Jakub feels a little bit of a pulling on his mental chain.
Oh, great.
Can you come down here?
God damn it.
No, not goddamn it. The first thing Jakub wants to know is these children are here.
Yeah.
I turn to Bradovich.
Don't be worried.
Return to the castle and find Pax. It would be impolitic of me to appear not to the staff.
Yes. Yes, as you say.
And I turn to go right in and fly up to the castle.
You say never mind.
So you're handing the kids off to some maids, and they go off, and then Handmaster Bradovich comes like trottling up with his hands like wrapped in one of the leashes, and all the dogs following him.
Well, what report have you?
Master, I must be punished. I have disobeyed you.
Jack Raven comes and lands on Pax's shoulder. There seems to be some sort of ensorcement involved, it says with my voice.
And what happened?
He seemed to perform the same ritual the monk did on the monk's body.
I saw the man, and I would to put my dogs upon him, but next that I remember, I saw his heart's blood gushing towards me. It was my only opportunity, Lord. I was overcome.
Peace. Peace. Did the ghosts, were the ghosts there? The specters? The wraiths? Leifar.
Oh no, I never turned my shots out to see him.
I thought you never turned it on. You turned it off when you were at the house.
Oh, didn't he did.
You both turned. I understood that you had both turned it off.
Oh no.
So that's what we're going
I
to roll
stated
with.
that I did.
Yeah, I thought you said you did too, so that's what I was rolling with.
Oh, no.
They said that they would follow.
The square men.
What did they look like?
They had squares.
Yes, but what did they look like besides the squares?
Men. Servant men.
Yes, go on.
I saw them but briefly, sir, Lord. They had squares about them. I saw the square on... They put the square on me. It felt strong, Lord.
I believe they decided to mete out their own justice. And if so, it was not you that did this. It may have been your hands, but it was not your mind, your will.
Yes, but he shows you this huge scar he's got on his arm. I took my own blood, Lord.
So what does that mean for him?
Huh?
What does that mean for him?
Oh, he's saying that he bled all his blood out and drank this guy's blood so he could become a vampire.
And he's still walking around, so
Yeah, so, yeah. He didn't fail.
he didn't fail. For now, we must confine you to the cells. But I will consult.
As you say, Lord. I was overcome.
Yes, you were. I do not think that a harsh punishment will be meted out.
I submit myself to your judgment, Lord.
And I may very well simply judge that you continue to serve as faithfully as you have.
Having listened to most of this conversation, having been called by Pax, I want to turn on Shroud Sight. And want to know if these square men are here. And
You don't
if he
see square men.
is he affected in any way aside from what I expect to see from a vampire?
I mean, he looks like he's got like threads or like spider webs coming off of him. It looks like they're just trailing off of him. And like the more he moves and like you see they just sort of fall off and disappear.
Oh, just who we were looking for.
What is it?
Well, you heard most of the tale, I'm assuming. What part did you miss?
Square men?
The hole cut in the chest cavity of the servants who were slain.
Oh, she talked about that.
Yes, the hearts were removed.
But then, in the other realm, is that yes?
They were missing from the wraiths that I saw. They had a hole that pulsated with blackness.
in and out, like a beating heart, but not heart.
Pax, you and I both know very well Oblivion. Was it a piece of Oblivion or no?
Was it? Was it that black? Or was it that
I
dark?
mean, it didn't look good. It was the same kind of black you see from the La Sombra.
It was black like this. A little bit of obtenebration, shadowiness. I never use that. That's you.
Yeah, right. No, but you know, it's there.
And when you saw it, it wasn't. It was like a perfect cube that was like just oscillating in and out of their form.
So, like a piece of Oblivion, it is possible.
But square controlled?
No.
That's something else.
Yes.
That's very. I don't know what to make of that.
At this point, I would probably shroud sight and see little wispy trailers coming off of.
Yeah, it looks like little threads or little spider webs that are all over him, and like the more he moves, the more they start just falling off.
And he was controlled.
Yes, they wrested control from him.
Well, I guess that's what we're seeing then.
Yes.
You can see he looks all pale too.
Yeah. Like a canine.
Mm-hmm.
And the kids are here. Or
No, they're gone.
They've been taken away.
We'll get to that.
Yeah. Just wanted to know if I was looking at them yet.
Now, Master Bradovich, I judge that you did not act of your own accord to disobey my orders. And therefore, there need be no punishment. I have trusted you these many centuries. I will continue to trust you to execute my orders to the best of your ability.
I will remain your hound master, Lord.
Yes.
But my son must act as your hound master during the sun hours.
And I expect you'll seek audience with Thomas and Lord Thomas and Lady Emmeline to make best use of your new gifts.
I will learn well as you decree.
Yes. Well, welcome then to your new life.
Thank you, Lord. Do you think that the Lord Christ has blessed me?
That is a question that you will answer in your own heart, but for my opinion, I believe so.
Then I believe it too.
Go, you should discuss with your son the transfer of matters into his hands for the duration of the daylight hours, at least.
He has been taught well. I have shepherded him for many, many years now. My grandson, and my great-grandson as well.
Yes. They do your name proud.
Yes, Master. I bid my leave, Master.
So these children, they behave strangely, as though some sort of ensorcelment has befallen them as well. I thought that if any of us were adept at such things, it would be you. Perhaps you would like to take a look. I will introduce you, put them at ease.
I'm still all wrapped up, by the way.
Yeah,
Been this whole time.
you're all modified. Don't look at me, I'm hideous.
Yep.
It's your own damn fault. You won't pick a face.
There's some screaming.
I'm not there, but
Like, there has been little to no change yet. That's the
I know.
response, regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
They should be asleep by now, actually. I don't imagine their somnambulance or lack thereof will affect your examinations.
no. Did you look upon them in any other ways then?
I didn't. From the tale we heard, it seems to be some effect that was laid upon them by our, well, ex-antagonist.
So he killed him then,
Yes.
without even speaking with him.
I don't think the spirits that possessed him gave him much of a chance to question.
No, I don't. I don't mean to believe him, Lord. I'm just. The easiest way to understand is not present.
Of course.
Though I wonder now, considering the touch of oblivion in the situation, whether or not it was his beast that had taken him or something else.
Perhaps something else has taken root in Iobertus.
I absolutely think that we should go and talk with them and
Examine them.
in fact,
But the children first. I start walking briskly away.
So, examination by Jakub of the children reveals multiple in-depth layers of domination that cause them to instantly forget and not see things that are harsh and harmful, and to reinterpret their experience in a proactive way so as to not notice like horrors and trauma, and that there's this whole complex weave of that conjoined with false memories that's set to last for a good 20 years.
about what happened.
Yeah. Essentially that like they didn't see any of the bodies. They never would have seen any of the bodies. As soon as they're told that like their mother's dead, they just instantly accept it in the most like peaceful way possible, and any like instinctual reaction to it is buried.
They're like, oh, well, she was so sick for so long.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, there's
It's
all
a
these false
kindness.
memories around her. Oh yeah, well, you know.
yeah, well, Jakub's not a kind person.
You don't say.
Yeah, I want to undo a little bit of that.
What part of it do you want to undo?
Well, one can't learn the reality of life by ignoring all of the terrible things. And so I do want to unweave that. I don't mind that they don't remember what happened tonight, but I don't want that to affect them into the future.
Okay, you can do that. I'm gonna make you roll or nothing. I will make you roll your conscience though.
Conscience, and that's I am.
Or you officially flipped.
Oh, I've been flipped.
So that means you got to roll your conviction
But why? Because I am
because that means you want to double down on what you're doing.
double down on.
Right? Like it would be real easy to just leave this alone. It would be easier for them, easier for you, easier for the entire situation. But to have the conviction to move forward with this, to go, no, like this pain needs to be felt, I think is a push.
I don't think it's a push against it. I think it's a push for
It's
it.
a push for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a push for it.
One success. Got
Yeah,
it.
you can do it.
Well, 7. Yeah.
It's a push for it, for sure.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Well,
This is met with an almost like instant overwhelming fatigue in the kids. Like they instantly just get like super tired.
They were definitely affected.
The same sort of discipline of the blood that you use.
Yes, a very complicated kind of weave to make sure that they were not affected permanently. Well, by what they saw, the memories forgotten, but anything they saw during the night also immediately forgotten.
Losing oneself to the beast does not usually lend itself so well to long and complex plans and the enactment of them.
Yes, well, or
Well.
the care of these children, too. No, he was not taken by any beast.
This is done by accident. There's a purpose behind it of some sort.
What was he like before Bradovich took him?
He was praying.
We've seen many madmen pray, but not those taken by the beast.
Did he fight back?
Praying on the amount of hearts that we harvested.
Praying with an A, I assume.
Yes, he was saying prayers in various languages.
Did he not fight back?
No, he was completely passive.
He
No.
seeks survival.
No. This does not add up at all.
This is something else.
The children should not leave yet. Not that they're a part of that. But lessons must be taught.
Messengers from the monastery, in conjunction with investigation of the monastery, reveal that this monk had been caged and tore his way out of his cage. And crept off into the night.
Why was he caged?
As a part of his obeisances. What these guys, it's like caging is super common
Yeah,
for these guys.
it's solitary.
Yeah, well, they rack down their humanity, you know, over and over and over through like self-deprecation, and they put themselves in cages to keep from doing crap like this.
Take me to this cage.
They take you to the cage, they show it to you, and somebody tore the bars open, and
Hulk smashed it.
yeah, they Hulk smashed their way out of it.
When they escape these cages, are they beasts?
You see,
Would
like,
you
whatever monk you're talking to looks. None have ever escaped.
They're caged because they become beasts sometimes.
Sometimes they do.
Do beasts pray?
No. They lose God.
This man did not lose God. Shroud sight.
We heard that he killed men.
He did. He did not drink men.
Then he has found evil.
Or something worse. Nothing at all.
That is evil, Lord.
You know not what you speak of. May interpret it as such, but it is not the same.
The sins and the tragedy this day should not be met with argument.
Is there anything in Shroud Sight?
Yeah. There's a couple of ghosts haunting around.
None in the Square Hearts, though.
Oh, yeah. 4.
Have there been others who've fallen recently?
No. It has been many generations.
I would suggest extra precautions. Something unusual is happening. I see your boxmen. Your squaremen.
Oh, yes, right over there. There was only 3 previously. Who's the new one?
Looks like a monk.
It looks like a monk.
Mm-hmm. A long bushy beard. Weird vestments.
What, the Wraith?
Yeah.
Is it the same one?
Yeah, it's him.
This is the one that did the crimes.
What?
Point with my beak at the new one. Yeah, he's the one that killed the other 3.
What say you, monk? What madness took you? Like appearing to just talk to myself out loud. But yeah. He can hear me.
Hmm. You. Will you come?
Is there anybody else around to hear this conversation?
Yeah. He's there. He's there. One of the monks is there.
I give him an ever so subtle nod.
He nods and he does the hood up and kind of stands there, but kind of minds his own business at the same time. The ghost monk with the square in his chest, just looking at you. Will you come?
Oh, he's the one I was giving the nod to.
He just stares at you.
Are they just hanging out? Or are they looking at
They're
you?
standing there. They were looking at this other monk, and now they're looking at you. The other 3 are too. They're all staring at you.
I'm gonna walk over there
Over where?
to where the ghosts are, man.
Okay. And they're just looking right at you. Their eyes look like men's eyes, but they're just like super hyper focused, just bland, not blinking, looking at you. And they've got these squares like moving in and out of their chest. And not like being produced by their chest, but like phasing
Yeah.
through their chest.
Oh, where? Where does he go?
The monk holds up 2 fingers. 2 more. To form the cube.
happens when the cube is formed?
When the cube is formed, we are one.
And
And the cube builds in the darkness. Will you come? You see the anxious guy again. Tarry not with him. He will not come.
it's not my time.
They all just turn and start walking away.
Okay. We have much to discuss, Jakub. We should go.
I've seen enough.
Get the box of bow.
Your lord will be by.
Who are you talking to?
The monk that's still with us.
Oh yeah, the monk is still with you. He does a little bow.
As soon as we're outside. What manner of cube are they forming? These specters, I do not understand.
If it is Oblivion, we don't want that to happen.
No, but they said build. Oblivion does not build. It consumes, it destroys.
Sometimes
They seek two more.
the act of building consumes other things. We take trees and put them into homes.
Yes, but they're still there. You saw them off Oblivion as I did. There was nothing built there, only consumed.
Is it Oblivion in their hearts, though? I'm not so certain.
It is the same blackness, but ordered. It's
Oblivion is a lack of order. Doesn't
I
make
know.
sense.
I don't know what to make of it. Plus, we have seen our kind die.
Yes.
And did they leave something behind there?
Brother Gulmir did. No, actually, I didn't see it. I heard it though.
Huh.
But then again, I would say that is not a useful metric. As he had traveled far down the path to Golconda. Which, if you believe what is known about it, return one's humanity.
That is strange too. They will find another.
Two more.
and will find what they are seeking, and they have already done so. Remains to find out what happens.
Frustrates me to be a casual observer. I do not know whether what they are seeking to do is constructive or not. I do not know if they should be stopped or not, and I do not know how we would stop them if they should be stopped, or if we should aid them. Direct action is always easier.
What direct action is there?
That's just it, isn't it? That's the rub. There is none.
For us.
Catch a murderer, put him down. That was easy.
Maybe we need to ask somebody else.
Perhaps.
Do you think he'd know?
He would if anyone would, but he does tend to answer in his own due time, doesn't he?
Where'd I put it?
Speaking of Lord Rodden,
You mean Balsa?
also.
No, I didn't get it.
If anyone would know, he would. I don't know, we've read through a lot of weird esoteric crap.
Yeah.
Any chance that there's anything we've read about with respect to, well, probably, I don't know. It's going to be really hard occult roll, and I've got two.
It's going to be a really hard occult roll.
Yeah, I got 2 dots.
Make it.
Occult intelligence,
Yeah.
or maybe wits, the ability to recall something.
Nah, you guys are really pondering on it right now.
Yeah.
You're like, man, what is this?
Well-
Man.
I'm creating a body.
You got it.
Oh, that was easy. That was the
Next.
easy thing.
Wait, did we already get back to Belgrade? Are we back at Belgrade already?
Honestly, I don't know.
887761.
I have 2 10s. What's the difficulty here?
8, 9,
I think the difficulty is a 9.
10, 10.
Yeah, I saw.
Okay.
That's 4. A 1 takes away 1, so 3 successes, 3 10s.
So, like, you're not incorrect that, like, corrupted ghosts are like bleak ghosts or black ghosts, or sometimes referred to as like black spirits, are known to take on like a hyper religious like behavior, right? But you kind of knew that already. But it's also, right, it's also, there are also times when there are non-blighted spirits that take on like super hyper religious behaviors and manifestations because they're dead and they fully realize they're dead. Sometimes they get like overcome with this like religious fervor, and they create there was evidence in one journal that suggests that said the author said that his like interactions with the damned convinced him that they were a part of some religious like monastic order, and that there were other orders like that. So it could be that they're corrupted ghosts and they're worshiping nothingness, or
They have a shared
or it
delusion.
could be that they're spontaneously manifesting some weird religious urge. Huh?
which we never born.
Yeah.
Or they could just have some mutually shared delusion.
Yeah, religious urge, religious delusion of some, well, not delusion, but like I don't think any author would treat it as a delusion, but
Yeah.
but you know, people have said that they like some of these spirits create like unto monastic orders.
All that we know for sure is that
Yeah, that's-
they will kill 2 more. They will attempt to kill 2 more. In fact, the first 3. Okay, the weirdness I want to address though is the fact that one of those ghosts is a monk that was a canine.
Mm-hmm.
That's
That's super weird.
yeah.
We discussed that while you were away.
Yeah, that's super weird.
Yeah. And the only thing that I could come to
Not
was-
that is only rarely heard of among the Cappadocians,
of which he was not one.
of which he was not one.
Or I could see that happening if someone was like, oh, I don't know, Brother Golomir, who was progressed significantly down the path to Golconda and thus reclaiming his lost humanity. I could see that. But that's not this guy.
No, it's not.
Weirdness. They'll see 2 more.
I think you should ask. I think you should see if he'll come. He may not come in time. We'll find out what happens, but I think you should know about it.
It's weird. Yeah. There's a bit of stuff you should know about. Did we ever even get to make our report to Lord Balsa after?
Mm-mm. Nope, not yet.
Alright.
That's good.
You still haven't finished making your report to Lord Rustakovich yet.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah. Who's been flying around?
Yeah. Well, we'll see if he'll come. The polite summons.
You want to wait until Rustakovich leaves?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll wait. So it'll be another game.
Yeah. Even if I didn't, that wouldn't be much of a confrontation. Pretty sure. I mean, Rostakovich is a badass, but Lord Balsa is. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, man.
They're both pretty badass. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I got a feeling Lord Wolf will turn him into confetti.
I don't know. I don't think it would be like old what's his nuts that got turned into chunky salsa, but
Yeah, this wouldn't be like Dragomir.
it would not quite be that one-sided, not at all.
Eventually.
Huh?
I'm just talking about eventually.
Yeah. Maybe in 1998. Okay. Well, shoot, that's all I got.
That's the thing you saw.
That's frightening.
All right. Who's got some desires?
Do we want to hold off on the scene with Rostakovich?
Yeah, it's going to be in another game.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm still meditating.
Yeah.
I understood Tasha's meeting when she said that. That was her saying, "Alan, can I spend time thinking about this?"
Yeah, 'cause I
and that
don't
was me
know.
saying yes.
Yeah. So it's like, I don't know. My brain's not working today.
I don't know either.
Well, who's got? Shoot him. Shoot it.
You're out 0.
No, there's no zeros. Tell me what you got.
I didn't accomplish any of mine.
Well, I still want to hear him.
Find more information on hedge mages and Zaxxes.
Yeah.
Yeah, rebuild the bridge.
Talk to Father Draven about Koldunic sorcery / geomancy.
Oh, okay. You gotta put the pedal to the metal, man.
I know. Well, I mean, if I knew that they were going to the monastery, I would have accompanied them. Then,
Dude, what you do is once they're in the monastery, you'd be like, yeah, I was there too. Yeah, it's like this.
okay,
Yeah, dude. You
okay, I need to start thinking more like that.
yeah, dude. Like, we're writers of this story,
You gotta
right?
be proactive.
Yeah, this is not a
Correct,
video
but
game. man.
I'm thinking more like I'm actually with her, still at the castle, like way far away, still from.
Yeah, but if you haven't spoken up in a while, and it's reasonable that you could have done something in the meantime, and it gets you into a scene that you want to be in, and there's no reason that I could think you shouldn't have done it, I will always say, oh yeah, like of course, yeah, you're there, whatever.
Okay, I'm making.
Yeah,
my
I don't
own-
care.
I'm making my own constraints, I guess.
Yeah, you are.
Noted.
I'm turbo liberal as a game master. I believe that the best way of game mastering is through benevolent dictatorship. I just believe it needs to be unbelievably benevolent. So
Well,
while
I
a
will-
dictator I am turbo liberal. I'm like, yeah, whatever. You do stuff. What happened? I don't even know. Tell me.
That sounds cool. Let's do it.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, there will be stuff next time.
Rule of cool is another thing that I'm big on.
Plus, I wasn't expecting to play Vampire today, so I hadn't thought about it all week.
Dude, high five on that one, man. High five on that one. I didn't know what up, man. I thought we were doing Silent Titans. I was all getting ready for Silent Titans, man.
I was okay with doing Silent Titans.
Yeah, but you
Yeah.
hate one shots.
What?
Hate is a strong word.
That's Alan's word.
Yeah, that's fair. It is a strong word. And you weren't here with the conversation, but it's not that I hate one shots. It's that I really don't like making a character and only getting to play them once.
Which is a one shot.
Yes.
It's a one shot.
You don't
like one shot.
Hate is a strong word. Dislike is a better word. And honestly, I would rather play one shot than not game.
Oh, of course. Yeah. We're not suggesting that we just not play. That's nonsense talk.
Probably for the same reason.
All right, what do you got, man? What do you
So
desire?
I wanted to proselytize the glory of the Michaelites.
Hell yeah.
And I wanted to do some wacky necromancy stuff.
Necromanced.
And I wanted to perform a creative work that I didn't really do. So
Oh, you did not create.
I did not, because that is in keeping with my path. So true.
All right, what about you?
Get to know Elizabeth better.
Uh-huh.
Continue to work on Jakub's face.
So if there was lots of face talk.
FaceTime.
FaceTime.
That's a face joke.
And I didn't. I only had 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I couldn't think of a third one before we started, so I was like,
All right.
Yeah, I
We'll
hadn't,
take 2 then.
I hadn't written mine either. So
You're still at 100%. Woo! What do you got, man?
So find a gift worthy of the keeper. Didn't get touched.
No.
Refine my physical form,
Yeah.
which is on that.
we're trying. If you would make a decision.
I actually had one. I just didn't
Yeah, I know.
have a point for it to come out at this point.
That's
really.
okay. I worked on
just
your
like-
face a smidge. I was working on her body more to
Yeah.
make it look realistic, like somebody came in and like destroyed this household and killed her along with everybody else.
Yeah, and Cameron said the face is done, but you know I need a good time to show it.
Yeah.
Trace.
And then since I haven't been to Kronstadt in a while, the other ones I have aren't great. In fact, I need to probably just rewrite those and let Kronstadt go for right now,
Okay.
because it doesn't seem like we're gonna be
All right. Leifar.
doing that anytime soon.
Let's see. Sneak back into Transylvania.
Yeah.
You're only low key banished.
Like, legit, like his banishment wasn't that big of a deal in the
Not
first
finished.
place.
Yeah.
Like, he needed to publicly humiliate you, and he did. And
That's all he wanted.
Well, he thinks he did. I really,
Yeah, that's kind of the end of it. Huh?
he thinks he did. I really didn't care.
It's not even about.
Well, yeah, the fact
It's
that you
not
didn't care
about
is
you.
actually to his advantage.
Yeah,
Like,
it isn't
it's not about
you at
you
all. It's about
feeling
public
humiliated.
perception.
It's about public perception. Yeah. It's like there were all these voivodes there, and they were like, "What?" And he's like, "No, you're banished."
Yeah, in fact, if you don't feel humiliated, he's like, awesome, that's to my advantage because now you're still useful
Yeah.
and not pissed off at me.
Yeah. He's a crafty guy. He's a super crafty guy.
Let's see.
He's not the voivode of voivodes for nothing, man.
Once again, discuss the merits of various human philosophies.
Oh yeah, you made that happen.
and offered to spy on the King of the twins,
Nice.
which I didn't make that happen, but it happened.
Yeah, it happened.
It happened.
Well, no, you made it happen because you brought up that you would do it for them, but not him.
Yeah.
You made that stipulation. You're like, I'm not doing it for him, but I'll do it for you.
You made that distinction.
Yeah, that became a part of the story.
And you,
Right
you
on,
made me
man.
look good because I'm all, hey man, I can do this thing for you.
All right, what do you got? New canine.
Protect my kids.
What do you think? What do you think, guys?
Oh, they're protected. They're getting the hell away from her. They're
yeah.
protected.
All right, so you get 3 for that.
Okay. Get closer to people at the keep.
Yeah.
What do you think? 2, 3, 2, 3,
Yeah.
I'll go 2.
2.
2.
Okay. And then find out what's happening to me.
Yeah.
You have the book.
I gave you
Yeah.
the book,
Yes.
so,
Yeah, that's
You're welcome.
You're
You got a
welcome.
big old green book full of trouble, is what you
Yeah, pretty much.
The occult
So yeah, you can have 3 for that one, and you can have an additional 2 for standing up for yourself and saying what you like to have in your game. Dadgummit.
So any children?
Yeah.
No more children in my characters.
Hey man, I'm sorry, I forgot. I
That's okay.
apologize.
It's okay.
Thank you for telling me.
Been a while since we played this.
Just yeah, he was. I don't want to grill down on you, but it was a situation of like, there's kids here. Yeah, like obviously this person. I had forgotten you tell me that because we had
Yeah.
played so long before it wasn't
Yeah.
coming up, and then I was like, oh yeah, well if you have a bunch of kids and you're trying to become a vampire,
totally gonna
obviously
torture them,
you're
yeah.
ready for these kids to just horribly die, and that's what they're there for.
So are you saying you wouldn't have been okay playing in the game where everybody's good friend Cody Benson, they found out
That's a
ended up
different game.
getting murdered
We
by a
we
ghost?
play that game.
Yeah,
It's a different game.
because he was trying to find out what happened to his sister when he was like 3 years old. Poor Cody.
Cody was awesome. Let's give it a toss. Close enough.
Yeah, that's totally fair. All right.
All right.
Stopping the recording.
Go for it.